there's somebody else.
I think I did it. I was trying to do it on my tablet so I can work on my computer over here.
Well, hi, Darcy. I'm Susan.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And so we're just waiting for Leah, right?
Yep. So how did you do on the individual rounds?
Well, this is so funny because I was in first place, like for round 1, 2, and 3. I'll be very honest. I did okay, but I didn't think I deserved first place. I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I kept playing with the numbers, you know. But then I dropped to like 6 or 7 after 4. So, so I must have really not known what I was doing. But anyway, I did okay.
That was good.
So how did you do on it?
I ended up being, honestly, I can't remember, 6th or 7th at the end of 4th round. So I think you and I were right next to each other on the 4th round.
Oh, very cool.
And I moved up each round.
Oh, no, see, that would make sense. You know, like as you learn, you do a little bit better and better.
Right.
That's good.
Well, I was excited to see that I did look at the list of names, and I was excited to see that your name was on there, and Leah's was. I don't remember seeing Travis's in the top 20, but
yeah, I didn't either. So,
do we have Leah with us now?
Yeah, I'm on here. I guess I'm using my phone instead of my laptop because it has to download something.
All right.
Yeah.
We can wait the little while for that download to happen. I had to do it at the beginning of the semester.
Yeah, well, mine says there's still 10 minutes, and I'm having a lot of trouble with my laptop, so we might not want to wait on it. So I'm fine. We could just go ahead. I think I can still get into CapSim so I can like follow along on there.
Okay. Well, I was thinking we should probably all sign into CapSim and then decide who we want to have be the official, you know, entry maker, if you will.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Trying to get all moved around.
One of the things that Brother Alan mentioned was in the last semester how a member of the team actually went in and made changes.
I saw that. I thought, oh no, I hope that doesn't happen with Travis.
Yeah. I had that happen with another class, and it was not fun. So hopefully.
So I did go in yesterday thinking that I would take a look at round 4's results, and it was already set for our group stuff.
Oh, so you can't see how you did?
No.
Oh.
Not that I saw, unless you guys know of a way to be able to do that.
I hadn't been out there yet to check. I wanted to see how I had done, but I haven't been out there.
Oh, because he's probably cleared all the practice rounds, huh?
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
Yes, I was wanting to see how practice round or individual round number 4 went, and I mean I moved up in spots, so I'm grateful for that. But I just wanted to see what my decisions, you know, what was the results of my decisions. And
right, exactly. And also because as you learn, like doing those Wednesday night things and learning more formulas and actual reasoning as to why something improves something. And then to make those decisions and then see why it actually did. I agree with you. That makes a difference.
Yeah, see if it helped any. That's what my stock, even though I was in the top 20, my stock had gone down the last time, and then it went up just a little bit this time. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back in, but
Yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah, my third round, or I should say my second round, I added a product and then forgot to build capacity. So this product is coming out in year number 3, but or rather R&D is done creating the product in year number 3, but capacity can't build it. I was very disappointed in that. And so Leah, were you saying that you were in the top 20 as well?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so was I, and so was Darcy. So
that's cool.
We have a good team.
Yes, even though I'm not really sure. I mean,
well, I was telling Susan the same thing. I was first for like 2 weeks. I had no clue how.
I know. That's what I thought when he sent out the list of the top 20. At first, I didn't even look at it, and then I was like, "Wait, I guess I should look." And then I was like, "Oh, I'm in there. What did I do? I don't know. I didn't even spend that much time. I just entered what I thought."
That's funny.
So I'm like, okay.
So it looks like the name of our team is Erie.
Oh, okay.
And our first product is Eat.
Woo! Like that.
Women like I like food. I'm especially
about food
right now. So I don't know what your guys' strategy has been. I've made a habit of, looking at the reports. And what worked for me, at least in the last 2 rounds, was actually looking 2 years ahead for development of the products. So that if I was wanting to create high-end products, that when they came out 2 years down the line, that the numbers matched up. You don't want to create a project or a product that isn't going to meet the high-end market when that market is supposed to be. And I'm not sure if you're understanding what I'm saying. So
you're trying to project, you look at 2 years ahead, and then you're projecting to hope that you hit that right spot.
Right.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Well, that was more involved than I got in it. If you know how to do that, that's great.
In the R&D, I used a lot of the graph there in the circles.
Yes, that absolutely worked as well. That's what I did the first round. But in round 3 and round 4, specifically in round 3, I realized that the drift information that's given, which report is it? Let me find it.
Where it drifts like 0.7 or 0.07 or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, and there was a calculation we could do with that.
Yeah, so it's in the segment centers of the industry conditions report. And so, for example, if we were able to build a product, a sensor that was going to come out next year, then we could use next year's numbers and not try to, not have to do the formula ourselves because it's already done for us.
Right.
But if we think that it's going to be more like 2 years down the road, and that depends obviously in the R&D section, if it's going to be 2 years down the road, then we can do the 2-year projection, that drift ratio, if you will, the formula that they have.
Right.
Okay.
So
yeah.
how many products did you guys have in your individual rounds?
I only ended up with 2. I didn't attempt to start a third one.
Wow. Okay.
I had 3, and then, but on the last round, after listening to the debrief, I was like, oh, I need to start another one. So I started it, but then I was like, oh, that was not a smart thing to do on the last round because it's not going to have time to be produced, and so it's really just hurting me, not helping me. I'm never getting the benefit from it. And so then I tried to delete it out, but it wouldn't let me. so I ended up adding one the last round, which probably really didn't give me any benefit. But so I guess I had 4.
I ended up with 5, but I did add one that last round. And I agree with you. I realized after the fact, well, what was the point? But it seems to have worked in our favor, with us all being in the top 20.
Okay.
Right. And the reason I had really wanted to have a third one, I just forgot in my second round. And so when I started another one on the third round, I was like, oh, I'm not going to start another one too.
Right.
And so that's why. So my goal had been to have 3, but I only ended up with 2. So.
Yeah. Now, initially when I started it, like when I started our first practice round, I decided that since, you start out with one product, I don't know how long it's been there, but I assumed it'd been there a little bit of time, so I left that, decided that was going to be my low-tech product because then I could take advantage of any time it already had.
Right.
And then the new one I started was high-tech. I ended up with 2 high-tech and 2 low-tech, but there wasn't too much of a strategy there, I guess. But
so at the end, by the time the 4th round was done, I had 2 low tech just because of the drift that happened.
Right.
And then I had 3 high tech. And my 3rd high tech again was that one that I added in the 4th round, and I was projecting 2 years down the road.
Gotcha.
What are your thoughts in regards to round number 1 here? Are you wanting to add a second product, or do we want to even try to add 2 products?
How many rounds do we have? Is it 4?
I think we do have 4. Because these are considered practices, right?
Right.
These are team practices.
Oh, well, then I misunderstood. I thought this was the actual start.
No,
because I think we get 4 practice and then 4 real. Is that right?
Yeah, well, yeah, we get the practice rounds and then it will become the real rounds. And he said that, the practice rounds were only graded on doing them. We're not graded on how well we do.
Okay.
So he made that note in his video today that, some people use the strategy of doing really poorly so people won't know that they're a competitor. But other people's strategy is just to do the best they can so that, they can learn from it. And personally, he thought it was better to do the best you could so you could learn from it. But, he said you can do whatever you want. But
yeah, I will absolutely agree on doing the best that we possibly can.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. And
because you never know, you might end up making a mistake anyways.
Right.
Then we can just say that we did it on purpose, right?
There you go.
So can I ask a question? If the results at the end of our 4th round of practice, will we keep those and then just keep going to the 5, 6, 7, 8? Do you know?
I think it starts
over.
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts over.
Okay, good. I just didn't. Well, that could be good. Maybe not. I don't know.
Depends on how well we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, should we take a look at the reports and see where our product is lining up in industry conditions?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get open. And if we all open it, it doesn't matter if we have it open. It's just when it comes to making decisions and inserting it that only one person.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and also, you just wouldn't want, well, I don't know if we could all make changes at the same time, but we just don't want somebody doing it randomly without approval of the group.
Right.
Right.
I had a stock market game and they did that, and oh, it was so frustrating. We never fully recovered from it.
That to be able to review everything is great, but I think we should just have one person make changes.
Right.
Because of that, update official decisions. I mean, granted, we can always go and do the undo button, where we start back at the beginning of the round, but
right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so looking at the segment centers for round 1, which is what we are officially at, for low tech, the performance is supposed to be 5.3 and the size is supposed to be 14.7.
Are you on the industry conditions report?
If you scroll down to segment centers.
Okay, there it is. Okay, I see it.
It lists your low tech, and then in the columns over from that, it lists your high tech size performances. I guess another thing that we might want to look at is how our, and I didn't do this the first round, how our sensor is doing compared to everybody else's.
And I didn't check that either because I wasn't sure how to manage all that. So
yeah, I wasn't sure how to read it at that point either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I wasn't either. But
I wish it's enough to get numbers in there.
So it actually looks like that we all start out the same.
Right, that's what I just saw that. So there's really no comparison at this point, is there?
Right, we're equal across the board.
Okay.
Which is
kind of nice.
Yes. So we probably need to decide, our product name called EAT, right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be low tech or high tech? And then so that's one of our first big decisions. And then do we want to start another one this round is probably our other one, right?
Absolutely. One thing Brother Allen said a couple times was that it's easier to make a product low tech than it is to move it up to high tech, because you're adding the age to it, and that low tech product, they like, well, I guess we should check it this time. In the last round, they liked them being at 3 years old.
Right, for the lows.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be something that we should probably look at, scrolling down from segments.
So if we are going to do a low, we need to do it in either round 1 or 2 is what you're saying.
So
right, that makes more sense.
It looks like it's
for sure
the same. It looks like 3 years an importance of 29%. The price is 15 to 35. That importance is 41%. The MTBF is 14,000 to 20,000 with an importance of 21%. And then that performance of 4.8 and the size 15.2 is only a 9% importance.
Of where it actually positions out.
Right.
Okay. How did you guys struggle at all with the MTBF? I had a hard time figuring out how that was directly affecting it. I got the idea, how many hours before it failed or whatever it was. But I seemed like on my product, when I moved that the way it was supposed to by the numbers, it did the opposite of what I was supposed to be doing.
That was my feeling on the MTBF. I feel like I failed at understanding how that's totally related.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Well, anyway. I just kind of moved it to get it closer to whatever the market wanted. And then depending on how much money I had to spend or when I wanted it to be available, I would adjust it, accordingly. I can't say that I have other than that, a vast knowledge of what exactly I was doing.
Right. That number just frustrated me.
So who would like to do the entries?
I don't mind doing them. I can totally do them.
Okay.
Are we going to just do them as we go through here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so what's your thought of trying to see what happens if we have the low-tech performance be 5.8 and the size be 14.2? And just see what that revision date does.
And then our MTVF, are we going to go about 19 or do you want to go lower?
Either 18 or 19. I was actually thinking 18, but
18? Okay.
This is just to see what it does.
Right.
If we leave it where it is, by the end of the year, it'll be 4 years old. And so we won't be in that niche of low-tech products where they're wanting them to be 3. So we have to make an adjustment to it anyways. And if we look 2 years down the road, it might be interesting to see what it does. I shouldn't say 2 years, just one round down. So it's really only 1 year.
So let me just make sure I'm getting this. When we're doing this right now, we're in January of 2016.
We are in year 2017.
Okay, so we are in 2017. Okay, so it put it at an age, okay, it put it into July 12th, 2017, so not for the revision date.
Okay.
And its age is at 1.8, and it put it just, it's just a little ahead of, for a low tech, it's a little ahead of that drift. So it's not really in the center, it's kind of farther south and east, I guess is a good way to put it.
Okay. Do you have the ability to share your screen?
Okay, I'm on my, let me see if I can flip this around, because I'm on my tablet, and I wonder if I can just
show me.
Flip it. I don't know if I can or not. Can you see that?
Right
there? Maybe? Does that work? Can you see it? No. Not really? Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can.
Because if not, what I can do is make the adjustments and I can share my screen.
Oh, can you do that? Okay, so then you work on it because I'm on my tablet for this.
Okay.
And I'm on my computer for the other.
Okay.
So, but you're gonna want to wait till I get out of here. Now it won't save anything that I did, right?
Right.
So if I just
did you do any updates?
No.
You didn't do an official result? You just did calculate, right?
Yeah, I just typed in the numbers and hit recalculate.
Okay, then that should be fine.
Okay, so I will just exit.
Okay.
Let's see if I can, yeah. So I'm out of it now.
Okay. So let me see. Why am I struggling finding? Oh, there it is. Go out. We go screen share. Apps and portal. Share. There's that one. That's not what I meant to share, is it?
No, just next one.
Let me. Where's my caption portal? Right here. If I do this, does that show?
There we go. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Okay, so the numbers that we were looking at were
5.3.
Was it 5.3 or 5.8?
Hold on. 5 point, we're in round 1, right?
Right.
5.3.
Okay, so let's see what 5.3, and then what's the other one?
14.7.
And we decided to go 18?
Yes.
Okay. And can you see that?
Yep.
That's
what mine looks like.
So that gives us actually an age of revision at 2. And the revision date is December of this year, December of 2017. So that means next year it'll fall in the 2.1 to 3.1 category. I think I lost some. Still there?
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm just trying to switch it to my computer, but it's not working.
Oh, dang it.
That's okay. Just keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, so you guys feel like the age needs to be a little bit older?
Okay, so that's saying, I just want to verify, that's saying that in December it's going to be, it's going to be 2 years old.
Yep.
How old is it now?
It is 3.1 right now.
So we're losing a year.
Potentially, right. Do we want to do it so that the revision comes out sooner?
That's what I was going to say. If we could do it, so when is the revision coming out?
December of this year.
Oh, see, I thought we wanted to if the revision came out in like June or July, then we'd be able to benefit from it the rest of the year too.
Exactly.
Right. Yes, I agree on that.
We're still selling it. I mean, we're still selling it as it is from 3.1 to 4.1. But I think it's fine to play around with it. Should we do like a performance of 5 and a size of 14.9?
I would definitely go 5, and then I just didn't know. Let me look on your 5, 13. Yeah, I would do maybe more towards 14.5. See what. Oh.
Okay, that takes us in the opposite direction of where it is right now, because right now it's 15.2, and so I was going in between the 15.2 and the 14.7.
Oh, gotcha. That's right, because right now we're actually at the 15, right? 15.2.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm following you now. I was looking at round 1.
Okay, so I'm going to press recalculate with performance of 5 and a size of 14.9. And keeping that TBF at 18 just to see.
Okay.
And it pushes off until next year.
Yeah.
Which isn't, okay, so looking at it from this perspective, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because at age of revision, it's 2.1, so it'll age throughout that year.
Right.
We will most likely not be able to change this next round, though, because they normally do that.
Right.
You get to change it one round and then not get to change it the next round.
Right.
Well, if it's in the process of being revised, we won't be able to change it. Like, I don't know.
Well, and the more you change it, the more it changes the the age of it anyway. So.
Oh, right. We don't want to do that.
It will end up being on. It looks like it'll, with the drift rate, it'll probably end up being on the lower end. Low products.
Right. See, I did a low product on mine, and for some reason, this is just my comfort level, I liked it a little bit above I know he was saying to keep those low techs right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it just a little bit above. So maybe it was more of a high tech, low tech. I don't know what you want, but just a little bit farther out. And I don't know.
So closer
But,
to the black eat or closer to the red eat?
Yeah, a little bit closer to the black eat. That's just my thought. And so that would bring it more towards a 14, just a little lower there, not like 14.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be back at 14.7 where it was. I wonder if we played it a little bit more towards 5.5 instead of 5.3 and see what happens with that.
You're talking about performance?
Yeah, with that.
Okay. So 5.5, and then what for size are you thinking?
To the 14.7, see what that.
And keeping it at 18,000 MTBF?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if sometimes I feel like I'm yelling.
So. Oh, no. I'm a mom. I'm always yelling.
Me too. Yeah, it was Columbus Day, so I did a lot.
So this changes the age at revision to 2 at the end of the year this year. Okay. So that means
that's bringing it
right as it's aging out, we're bringing it back down in age, which isn't a bad thing. We get to sell it from January to 2017 where it's at, and then January till November.
Right.
Where it's at, and then change it in November for next year. Are you guys comfortable with that?
I am. What do you think about, and I just wonder what, on the R&D cost, what do those numbers scream to you, or is it just merely interesting until you change other things?
Let's see. So
no, on the same line there as you go across. Yeah, that's 68.
That's not very high, really.
Okay. No, it's not very high at all, and that's what happens when it's a low-tech product. When we work on the high-tech product, it'll be way higher.
Right. Okay.
It just means that the company isn't having to finance a whole lot to make these changes.
Right, and then we have to deal with it more in the finance section. That's the hard part. When I was doing these R&Ds, I was like, oh, well, the price is more important on this than the size, so I need to go over here and adjust the price, but you want to do all the one section before you move to the next section, so it's kind of
I went back and forth between screens, which was great. I'm so glad that we were able to do that. Yeah. Okay, so are we comfortable with the decisions with our EAT product?
I
think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Do we want to create a high-tech product?
I'm of the opinion if we're going to end up with 3 products at least, I don't know if we're going to go for more than that, we should start one this time for sure.
I agree.
But should it be a low-tech one though, because then it's going to have longer to age?
That sounds nice.
Or should a low-tech and a high-tech one, and then we get the benefit of it for the whole thing.
Right. So the nice thing about doing a high-tech one is as it drifts, that high-tech product becomes a low-tech product.
Right.
So if we do a high-tech product in like round 3, that one will be edging towards the low-tech market. And so I'm kind of the opinion that we create a high-tech on each round, and that way as they're aging out of the high-tech arena, they're moving into the low-tech, and so we're able to change our high-tech products into low-tech products as it progresses.
Yes, and that's something I did.
Now, I guess I thought of it differently because I was making revisions to my high-tech products to keep them high-tech.
And that is definitely a process I think that can be done. I I did it both ways, but I had, 5 products to play around with.
Right. Well, and it kind of makes sense to let them become low tech and then just open new ones. It's probably about the same either way, I guess.
It's just that, you're adding capacity and you're adding financing to be able to support that.
Right. That's what I did with mine. It started as the high tech, became the low tech. And because it was less expensive, I was able, as long as I kept my inventory up, I was doing really well with it.
Right.
So yeah.
And we could oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, they go for it and do the high tech and play with that. See, then we can decide if we want to keep it a high tech or let it go low tech.
Right. That makes sense.
Noticed, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed this. You were able to borrow more money in later rounds.
Yes.
So like round 1, the maximum that you could borrow was $24.80 or something along those lines. Whereas depending on how your business performed, your ability to finance things, to borrow money, was either raised or lowered based on your previous round's decisions and results.
Yes.
And that makes sense because you're building up a reputation and they see that you're going to do what you're supposed to do and all that stuff.
So trying to build a high-tech one then?
Yeah, I say so.
Yeah. An E word that you can think of? I was thinking eclipse, but I think that might be a little too twilighted. Do egret, which is a color. It's an ivory color, I think, or a bird. It's both, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's
all right.
Go for it.
Okay, and then if we're looking for this to come out next year, then we should probably build it for 7.4 and 12.6.
Yes, that looks good.
7.4. 12.6, and then for high tech, the MTBF is not as important.
Right.
It's 17,000 to 23,000. Should we do 23,000?
I say let's see what it does. I think that
Okay.
Plug it in and see what happens.
Okay, I actually expected that to be a little further out than that.
So did I. A lot further out. I'm actually more comfortable with it further out, aren't you?
I am, because it's going to put it into this center area.
Yeah.
Which means it can be, played with both the low tech and the high tech segments, but
I would worry as it coming out as a new product of it not being as competitive if it's not further out there. That's just my thought. I don't know.
So should we push out the performance?
Was there an offset on the high tech?
What do you mean an offset?
Underneath the on your industry report, can you go back to that and scroll down to just underneath there.
Offsets?
Yeah, the offsets. Add those offsets in and see what happens.
So if we take 1.4 plus the 7.4.
Yep.
All right, so that would be 8.5.
Yep.
8.5, and then for the other,
that's a minus 1.4, so
11.8. No,
11.
That's wrong. 11.2.
Yeah.
Let's see what that does. So right now it's coming out in April of next year with a 0 age. And that shouldn't change. Okay, that puts it definitely out into the high tech.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe, is that the actual dot? It's hard to see. Is it just outside of that circle?
It is, just outside of the circle.
I kind of like that. What do you think?
I'd agree.
I think that's probably okay. I mean, so that's when it's coming out, it will be outside the circle. Is that what it's saying? So
No.
the market won't have quite up there?
So what it means is that when it comes out, it'll actually be more in the interior of this high-tech circle.
All right, because it'll have moved by then.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So then yeah, that should be good.
Okay.
And it's coming out in the middle of the year, so that's good too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
It's putting like 18 months out there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That, I mean, for being you want that to be a solid high tech. I think that's good. That it looks good to me anyway.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, so should we do an update official decisions and then move on to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I like it.
Sure.
Okay. So marketing.
I hate this one. Can I just tell you, I hate this one.
I did too until recently. Now I understand it a little more, but it's still a pain because we have to do the calculations.
Well, I hope someone is better at the calculations than I am, because marketing is not my favorite.
Well, and I hated the whole promo idea, and like, I don't know. With the high tech, it seems like you need more money for sales and promo, but with the low tech market, you would need less. I don't know. I'm just so bad at that stuff.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the other companies on the individual round, and looking at their decisions in the higher companies, looking at their decisions on promo budget and sales budget, and they were pretty high on both of those.
Oh, okay.
And really, we're only having to promote and have these sales budgets for one product right now, because egret's not going to come out until the middle of next year.
Right.
So we won't even be advertising for it at this point.
Right.
And it seems like Brother Allen's review of the individual rounds, those students that he chose to evaluate,
right,
they were always on the high end of price.
Yes, I agree.
So
it seemed like that.
Are you thinking we should do it at 35 then? The low tech price is 15 to 35.
I don't know about 35, but pretty close to it, I would think.
On my product, on my other rounds, I started at 35, and then it seemed like I went down to like 34, and then I bumped back up to 34.50, and it seemed like that price was I did better on 34.50, but
sweet spot.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if this will be the same. So don't hold me to it.
I didn't adjust my pricing of my products, across the 4 years. I just kept it at the rate.
Yep.
So I like the idea that you actually, evaluated that. Do you want to start at 34, or do you want to start at 34.50?
This is a low.
This is
I just wonder with the low tech. It's hard because he said in all of his screencasts how you want your price to be high. You want your price to be high. And in my mind, I'm just thinking a low tech product should be probably lower priced. But
well, that was my thought initially.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to
matter.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to relate to our customers.
Yeah, exactly. So I say, yeah, 34.50 is probably fine.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting when I played with the numbers because I ran out of inventory. And so, no, sorry, my first round I had a ton left over, so that's what I dropped my price. Then I moved it back up just a little bit because I ran out. So that was the only reason I played with my price was because my inventory bounced around a lot. So I don't know. But
I played with mine because I was trying to mimic the people who were higher above me.
Exactly, me too.
And there were a couple of people who were above me on price. And so I ended up moving mine up from like 34 to 34 and a half, I think, because of that. Because I ran out of inventory too, which I guess because I didn't forecast correctly. I don't know, or they just really like that.
Well, I ran out of inventory as well, and that was because it was the round before Brother Alan actually explained that forecasting component.
Right. That's probably why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What kind of budget did you guys have for your promos and sales budgets?
I did 1,100 on my promo and sales was where mine went.
Okay.
I had mine up to 2,000 and 2,500.
And I initially started at 1,200, and then I went up to 1,500. Okay. And that was just go ahead.
It's hard to tell right now because we don't have anybody to compare us to.
Exactly.
So a sales budget directly affects the availability and the awareness. And so that's why I had bumped mine up so much. And I saw like my awareness and availability went up to 70%. I can't remember what it was before, but it was not that high. So once I bumped those up, it went up a lot.
Mine at 1,200 or 1,250, it was only like a 59% awareness. With this first product, I'm all for blasting it out there so that the company can get some income. What are your thoughts as far as numbers for the promo budget?
So when you went up to as high as 2,000 or 2,500, that's pretty expensive, right? Is what we're looking at.
Right, but I guess that was not the first round either. So we could bump it up, and then we're gonna have to look at the finance section, and we'll see if we can actually afford to put it that high. Because we might have to come back and lower it down, which is what I had to do in my last round because I had 3 different products and I had them all kind of high, and then I didn't have enough money, so I had to go back and lower them. But
right.
Okay, so do we want to do like
1,800 maybe?
1,800?
Sure.
And he said, and if I remember correctly, he said that they usually match. I mean, whatever you do for one, you do for the other.
Yeah, they don't have to, but that traditionally has been what people have done.
Okay.
Okay, so forecasting. I guess we can take a look. Where is that one report?
Oh.
Let me see if I can find my calculation.
So if we're equivalent with everyone.
Oh, we have to go to the industry unit demand.
Yeah, where it says it's on the fast track report.
Yeah.
Top products and high tech segment. And it just took me back to the top of the page. Oops.
Go check.
Yeah, so for low tech, the total industry unit demand was 5,040.
Right.
And next year's segment growth is 10%.
Okay. So that's the 5544. Is that right?
That it is 5,040 times 10%, 5544 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the same as what he had that first round.
Right.
Then now we get to figure out what percentage of market share we think that we will have. Last year's market share was 17%. That was with a promo budget of only 1,000 and a sales budget of only 1,000.
So then technically it should be more like a 20% because we're going higher on that, right?
Yes.
Will it depend at all on what the other people do?
Yeah,
it will
probably.
depend on what other people
knowing.
Yeah.
Should we be optimistic and think that we can get like 22% of the market share?
That would be nice. I would love to think we could.
So then we would 20% of that 50-44, and that would be our forecast. The 55-44.
55-44. And you multiply it by that 20%, is that right?
I think. I can't remember if you multiply it by 20% or if you multiply it by 80% to be able to get the number.
Okay, if I multiply it by the 20%, I get 1108, and that sounds to me like a good forecast number.
Yeah, I have the notes from what he did, and he multiplied it by 18% to get his number. And so, yeah, if you multiply it by 20%, it's 1108.8.
Okay. So, do we do 1108 exact?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm recalculating. Are we good with that?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep, looks good.
So our variable cost adjusts our marketing cost, and then our margin after the marketing. I like to see that green a little bit bigger, but
yeah, right.
The only way you can make it bigger is if you either lower the promo or sales budget, or lower, I think if you lower the
MTBF.
Yeah.
Do we try doing that just to see what it adjusts here?
I don't know.
I
never worried that much about it. I mean, as long as it was like, as long as there was a margin, I didn't worry a whole lot about it. But I don't know. Maybe I should have worried about it more.
No, I wonder, can you play with that? Go to the MTBF and move it a little bit to see?
Yep. I'm going to update the decisions on this page.
Okay.
And going back to R&D, we're talking about EAT.
About EAT.
And let's see, low tech was 14,000 to 20,000. So are we thinking making it 17,000?
Yeah, let's see what that does. Because that's how many hours until it fails. Is that correct? Is that what that's saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so update there and go to marketing. It didn't really adjust it.
Yeah, it doesn't look different. Yeah, it's probably not worth it then. Because it's not like we're going to drastically change it.
Won't the margin after marketing go up next year or not? Because next round, if we don't make any changes next round, then we won't have as many expenses, and so we'll have a better margin.
Right. Yes, that's a good point.
So we're
Yes,
going to not have as good a margin this year just because we made changes.
Yes.
Yep.
Which I did on mine. I tried like not to make a change, especially at the low tech. Some years you just don't, some rounds you just don't want to make a change because that's just going to cut your age.
So do you want?
Yeah, you just kind of.
Do you want me to change it back to 18 in the R&D?
I think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Oh.
Sometimes it's just fun to see, okay, if I do this number, will it directly affect that?
Yeah, it's hard to know. There's too many variables without.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we see what this green area does if we take it to 17 for promo budget?
Sure.
Sure.
And we'll at least hopefully maybe know what affects it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like it changed it that much either.
Yeah, and if you look over at the number on the contribution margin number up there, I think that's what is that reflecting in the green, I think, and it didn't really change a lot. It was 8,000 before too.
Okay, so change to 18.
Yeah, so let's just leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now, on to production.
Yay.
Let's not forget to build capacity.
Don't forget. We can't forget.
Now,
and we'll look at the what is it called? The efficiency or what is that? Automation. That's what it is.
yeah, because with that new product, you're going to get that free 1.0 over on eGret.
Right.
The new yeah.
So how much as far as automation do you guys want to do for eGret?
So we get the 1.0 with no charge.
Right.
And we look like we have a good amount of money to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would agree.
Yeah, see what happens with that 3.0.
Okay, should we add capacity as well?
Yes, definitely. But to do that,
definitely.
You know what we didn't do on the other? Oh wait, did we forecast the number? Yeah, we did. So
our production schedule thinks that we'll be creating 1,300 based on this new automation, with a unit with our forecast of 1,108. So we should have plenty of inventory on hand, and we already have inventory. We have 87 on hand.
Right.
Right.
And that's 87,000, but
right. That's good.
So how much of capacity, since this is going to be a high-tech product, should we be buying, selling? Buying. I guess is what we're.
Yeah. Is this? I always just kind of randomly pick this. Is there another way?
I haven't heard of another way yet.
The only thing that I read about in the book, the team member guide booklet, it talked about at the beginning of the rounds where it's like you can sell for 65 cents on the dollar. I was trying to figure out where that actually played in. And I don't know if you guys figured any of that out or not.
Well, I saw something where, or I don't know where this came from, but that if you don't want to have to sell capacity, because when you sell it, you're going to sell it at a reduced rate, and then if you need more, you're going to have to buy it back on a higher rate, so you're losing money.
Right, and that's where the treasury stock would come in. And that's under finance, because treasury stock is when you have to repurchase your stuff too. So I wonder if that's under in finance also. That's interesting. Sorry, random thought.
No, I think it's a great question. Are we good at buying 300 and having automation at 3 and just see what it does to this number?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's usually where I started.
In his screencast last Wednesday, he talked about the 180% where the first shift capacity was full and the second shift. Is that in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
do you remember what you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, because he said, well, but this was, because I have it right here, unit sales forecast times our cushion minus the inventory would equal our production schedule amount. But that would be for eats, that we wouldn't be able to use that on egret. But let's see.
Not yet, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for the 180.
I just remember he said something about that, and I'm not seeing it in my notes. Automation is
Okay, let's see. First shift to be up to 100%. You want your second shift to be between 0 and 80%. Your plant utilization needs to be between 100 and 180%. Use all of your first shift and go up to 180% was what I had wrote down.
Okay.
I would think that for second shift production that we're actually wanting to get to like 80% here.
Right.
Yeah, 0 to 80%, you said.
So does that buy sell capacity, do you think that affects that?
Potentially.
Yeah, I think so, because
but I don't know that we wouldn't see it here. I don't think we would see it adjusted here. I think it would show up on next year's report.
Right. We're not going to know.
Maybe we need another year before we can make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to buy some right now, and then like just kind of a random number, I guess, and then adjust for it later.
Do we need to add any automation for each?
Okay, the note that I have written down is automation is a big deal. It is expensive but worth it. Right. And if you have the money, do it.
Yes, and I have something that, that if you can automate it or add more automation, to add more automation. So I say if we have money, that we add some more automation to the low tech, because he also said that on the high tech you don't need as much automation because you're constantly doing new stuff. So it would be better to use that on the low tech.
Okay. So should I try 3.5 and see what it does?
I would go up to, I think you might be able to get to 4 though.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, because you hadn't calculated yet. Okay, I see. I thought you had already calculated.
No, we had. It was at 54.
When that.
So if I go this way, let's see what that does. So 3.3 gets it to 6360, which is about 600 off of that max, 600,000 off of that max investment.
Yeah, that's looking better.
Do you think we need to lower our production schedule since that's higher than we forecasted, and would that give us any more money for that, or?
Well, the production after adjustment is 1287.
Right, which isn't that much higher. But.
No, it's 13,000 higher. What do you ladies think?
I say leave it there. The only thing, we need to have that 300 on the egret because we're just getting that out there.
Yep.
Right. If we don't have the capacity, we won't be able to make it.
Yeah. No, I like it. It looks good. It looks good.
The other idea, too, is if we go over to the finance section and do our loans and our financing, if we would have more money on this section, but I don't know if it works that quickly or not.
Yeah, I've never looked back at production and HR to see if my finance changes adjusted them. I'm just going to play with buy-sell capacity and just take this up to 325 just to see.
Because we have like $6,900 sitting there.
Yeah, so that puts it to 6810.
So it's the automation that costs so much, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said it was expensive.
It wasn't that much of a difference because it was 7,000. Oh, there it is. So see, now it's up to 7,260.
Okay, so we've got it right there. 69.
That's gross. Good job.
Does that look all right to you?
Looks good. Leave it to a woman to get to the absolute closest they can.
That's what I did when I was doing it. I'm like, oh, if I do a little more, I can use it all.
That's funny.
Okay, so we were in the red last year. Or actually not possible. So last year, December 2016, it was 5602. With our decisions right now, we're in the red for 2017.
Right. So we need to just now everything I read, okay, because I was on like a Facebook chat with some different people who took this class. Everyone said you borrow as much as they allow you to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Keep pushing all that.
So the
only thing.
Go ahead.
The only thing I was going to say is that when I heard that, I saw that on the Facebook thing, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. And then, but I issued stock, and then we had that meeting where he said you don't want to issue stock unless you absolutely have to, because then you're just giving away a portion of it. So then I switched around to not do that first. First, I get all the loans first.
Right, and I did the same thing, and I liked how he said that you want to keep about 10 million, as close to 10 million in there as you can. So if you went and maxed all those loans out first, see where you are at the bottom there, how close you are, and then go in to issue that stock. That's what I agree.
Right.
Definitely. And then go ahead.
I was just going to say we're probably not going to be able to take out very much because, like, if you see right there, well, it doesn't show what the maximum is that we can borrow until you type it in, I guess.
Right. So the maximum that we can issue this year for long-term debt is $24.80.
Okay.
That's what it says right here. So would you like me to recalculate with that at least plugged in?
Yes.
Sure.
So that takes it to $24.22.
Okay.
Our price per share is $11.17. Our earnings per share at this point is 0.04.
But now that earnings per share is okay. I wouldn't worry on that, because when you've got a new company coming out with a new product, their price per share is always going to be low. So
how much do we want to borrow?
As much as it'll let us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
What do you want me to start with? 5, 6?
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's double that 40.
Yeah. What is the ratio?
It's double something, and I can't remember what it is. I don't think it's.
Did I save that?
It's double something. Just put in like 5,000 and see what happens.
It'll tell you what it is once you put something in.
It's not letting me do anything.
Oh.
That's weird.
Which, if I remember correctly, with this one, it doesn't line it out. It just doesn't let you do it.
No, I had it pop up before.
Did it?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because you did the long-term debt first. I always do the bank first.
I always do
I don't
know. Debt first. I wonder if I've timed out somehow.
That's what I was going to say, because that happened to me, and I timed out.
Your session has expired.
Yeah. It did save what numbers you had in there, though, because that happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go back in this one. Continue draft with official decisions?
Yeah.
So let's go back here.
No, it didn't save those numbers. But we hadn't done that much there anyway, but.
Let me just make sure. Okay. That is a good thing. Yay.
Yeah. Yes.
Finance. Should we start? Do you want to start here or even do both at the same time?
Do both at the same time, see what happens.
Recalculate.
Oh, I'll let you do it. See if it'll let you do more. Will it let you do more on that one?
Go up to the 60. I think you can go up to the 6,900 if I think. That's up at the top there, the total investments. Right. Maybe.
We can try. Okay.
That's better. Will it let you go higher?
Every time I put something in there, it's always popping up and saying,
oh, so the maximum is 88.43.
Okay.
So where did you get that from? Oh, it's the combination.
What is it?
Okay, the 69. It's double something, and I'm not. Anyway.
Does it have to do with the ratios?
I can't remember.
I don't know. My brain has too much in it right now.
Okay, so that leverage, what was our number supposed to be? 1.8 and between 1.8 and what? 1.8 to 2.8, and we are sitting at 2.6.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, and then there was another, where is it? Days of working capital somewhere between 30 and 90 days, and we are sitting at 43.
You know, I never figured out where to check that. I'm glad I know now. I was like, where do you find that?
And he had talked about that, and I was trying to write everything down and all that, and so I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I was writing notes, and then I didn't see where he got the report from, and I was like, where is that?
It just magically appeared.
I know.
The very first video I watched over like 3 times.
Well, on that one, I rewound it a couple times, and I still didn't manage to see where it came from, or even that it was the ratios. And I was like, okay, forget it. I'll figure it out later. But okay, so now I know. Well, we did pretty good, I guess.
So are we thinking that we're good for now?
Now, the only thing is that he had said on the bottom there, we've got it at 5.9 because that's in millions, right? So,
yes.
So our debt is as high as it can be. So let's put like 2,000 or 3,000 in our stock and see what happens.
So you're saying he said that we needed to keep our cash position at 10 million?
Yeah.
Well, as close to 10 as we can get.
As you can, right.
Okay. I didn't always keep mine quite there, I don't think, but
I didn't until he said that.
Yeah, I don't remember when he said that, or if I even realized that he said that. I can't see it in my notes.
Okay, so this number right here makes me a little scared that we're only retaining 30% of our earnings, although that is normally good for most companies. My company is actually in second, third, and fourth round. It was more like 48%. So that might be something that we shoot for in future rounds.
I like that our debt is, well, combined, you're at about half. They say not to go over half on your current and long-term combined. And so that's good.
Perfect.
And that stock's, it's at 12%. It seems like 10%, because he was talking about then people have, say, hostile takeovers and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to leave it there, or are you not comfortable with issuing the stock, or what do you want to do?
No, I'm good for starting out. I'm just thinking for future rounds to try to get our retained earnings a little bit grander than that.
Yeah, and we'll be able to tell that in our profit when we come back and play with it again on our next round.
We'll be doing better once the products, we get more products too.
Right.
So that will help that.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay. Well, are we excited, ladies?
Yeah, it looks good.
So. Okay, so I am going to do the update official decisions, and that should make it to Brother Allen, and we should be able to close out of CAPSIM.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, and then what do we do about Travis?
So he's been included on all of the emails.
Right, I saw that.
I'm going to see if we can find his phone number somehow. And I don't know I don't know if that's kosher.
Well, yeah. I think under, on more tools, there's a class list. And let me see if his information's on here. Hold on. Travis, what's his last name again? Neri?
Yeah, Neri.
Okay, let's see.
Well, I was just thinking that if we can't find, even if we can't find the phone number, we could just send him an email and say.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be hard to explain to him the thought process behind everything. So I don't know if we just tell him to go take a look, and if he has any questions, concerns, and suggestions to let us know.
Right.
Don't change anything.
Don't go in there. Don't touch anything.
This Hangout is actually recording, and I can, my plan was to send the link to everybody, and then Travis can evaluate our decision process.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, send out the email, and then if he doesn't continue to respond, then we've done our part, and just let Brother Allen know.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. And I don't know why my camera decided to stop showing me. I will figure it out for the next
time.
time.
I finally went to my picture instead of whatever it was showing my office, because I switched the camera around instead of being on me, and so it was showing my office. But, okay, so we have to do another round this week. So when do we want to meet for the second round?
Okay.
Well, definitely not Friday.
No, not Friday, because that would not be good. About had to be Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday would be good.
I was going to say Thursday because we turn this in, and then Wednesday night, Brother Allen does his debrief.
Right. And we need to hear that.
I would agree.
Yeah. So I'm good for Thursday night. I just have a ton of stuff due on my other class, so it's
like at the same time.
Yeah, same time is good.
So 7 o'clock on Thursday?
Yep, that works.
And that's 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry because see, Arizona never changes. So like right now I'm Pacific time, but then I'll be Mountain time. And so I always have to ask, okay, what is it in Idaho and Utah? Because I know compared to them what I am.
Well, I'm in Central time, so it's
okay, so it's off.
Yeah. So.
Well, ladies, it's been good to visit with you and work with you on this project, I should say.
Project.
Look for the link, and we'll talk again Thursday night.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All right. See ya.
Good night.
Bye.
much. Bye.